Hello and welcome back to the Dark Eye Memoria. Brida just asked whether Geron was awake again. And I think that's everything she has to say about anything at this point. I am sorry you accidentally were made to miss that. But, oh well, that's just, yeah, just call it content degradation. Let's see. Oh, also, I'm sorry I need to touch up the walkthrough so much. It's really incomplete, and the choice of words is not always the greatest, and yeah, sometimes item names are flat out wrong. Let's see. There is that thing. We can cast spells, so let's do that. Oh, good. It didn't break.
Geron, can you hear me? I think I've solved the riddle. It's a little complicated. There are so many little pieces. There's only one thing missing. And then we can finally complete the story. Then I'll ask the staff to change you back. I promise. Can you do me one more favor first? Satya's ruby has a crack. You need to repair it. Can you do that for me?
I kind of need the necklace. Oh, hey. You gave me the mask.
Please, Geron. Repair the ruby.
Oh, yeah, I have that spell. Great.
The story is almost over.
Yeah.
We just need the ruby. Thank you. And now let me try something. I pray to the gods that I'm not mistaken. Vedan fascadan.
Oh,
Es plastiquatan.
bugger.
Humorilor gras ferrogoram. Hir bemutir gerol falan. Untir quatan feluntir sodan.
I do hope you were... Oh,
Geron? Are you still there? If so, then you should be able to cast the staff's first spell. Please give me a sign that it worked.
oh yeah. Right, Garen couldn't cast this before. Activate the thing?
I was mistaken. I was right. Thank you. Thank you, Geron. Oh, you're probably wondering where you are. The staff created this place, a burial chamber of a mogul in the middle of the Andergastrian forest. Isn't that impressive?
Leave the mask and come to me.
He's here. I'll be right back.
Brider! When I get left behind again, Nuri.
I do not like this. Yeah, I just remembered the ending. It's going to be a thing.
I'll try to send Nuri a vision.
Wow, I did not make the connection with this before. I mean, that is like, isn't this a burial site? Or oh, screw it, I just don't know. Let's see what the visions we need to send. Oh, sorry. On the mountains. River. Oh, you're calling this a river? Wow. And then the fire. Mountain, water, fire. Okay. Whatever you say.
That's it! I'll send Nuri to the mountain, and then along the course of the brook, until she reaches the fire. I hope it works.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Oh, hey, you're here already.
Thank the gods. I'm starting to remember something.
You notice, of
I
course,
know how I can transform myself back.
you noticed, of course, that Nuri cawed. She did not speak. I don't like that either. And now I actually know what that means. Do we just depetrify?
Alright, here we go.
Okay, so it should be a straight...
No, no, I'm too weak. The mask doesn't have enough power left to change me back. It was all for nothing.
Well, that sucks. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. Just a little FYI here. The walkthrough doesn't actually say anything else about the rest of the game. For yeah, with deliberate intent. Apparently, once I get out of this petrification state, stuff will happen, and there will be a conversation, and the only thing that will matter is one particular dialogue choice. Yeah, so I will fly solo from here. I'll try this again though. Maybe if I do the thing on the mask?
No, what good would that do?
Maybe if I activate the mask?
Sadia's spell doesn't work here. Please don't fly away, Nuri. I'm too weak. The mask doesn't have enough.
Can I do this?
As far as I remember, the spell only works on living beings and petrified ones. I don't know how much astral energy is in the mask. I better take care of myself first.
Can I recharge the thing? Like, tell me I didn't just...
Something tells me that it won't help Ryder at all if I destroy the ruby again. Quite the contrary.
I mean...
It's impossible to...
Tell me I didn't just screw myself over.
That won't do any good. Please don't fly.
Huh. What if... just a hunch kind of thing.
She doesn't care.
Well, that sucks. Try that once more. Right. Oh. Haha! I did something! Holy shit! Why is that good again, though? Huh, I wonder why that happened.
Oh, finally. Fi, is everything all right?
Oh, yes. My stiff old bones haven't felt this young in ages.
So, let's get to the end
Thanks,
of the
Nuri.
game.
Who are you?
That doesn't matter now. Will you promise to wait for me here?
All right.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, sorry. I just thought I'd save the walkthrough and just call it an end, but I'm thinking I may have activated the hard mode, and in the easy mode, you wouldn't have had to do that. And the walkthrough I follow would have been based on the easy mode playthrough, where you wouldn't have had to get Nuri to lift the accumulator on top of Garen. Okay, saving the game for the end game. Here we go. Yeah.
Whatever happens, please stay here.
I will. I need to rest a bit anyway. Flying is fun, but so exhausting.
Well, at least you're speaking.
I'm not thirsty right now.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Endgame is go.
It's been 450 years since I, a talking staff with no memories, kindled the light in my prison and saw a strange woman who would change my life forever. Her story began in this chamber, and between these walls we will end it together. Marhaba, Geron. Welcome.
You were able to free yourself.
What does all this mean? Where are we?
Ask him.
Indeed. Ask me. You should know that I've waited a long time for this day, and would not like to wait much longer. But if you have a great many questions...
What's going to happen here?
So you still haven't figured out why I sent you my memories? Why you're here?
Yeah, actually, I have an issue. I have a correction to issue. Yeah, I just missed a paragraph in the walkthrough previously, so it would have actually told me to do the thing with Nuri. But I managed to figure that out on my own, so 3 cheers for that. But yes, that was in fact in the walkthrough. Oops. Well, let's have the... Actually, I wonder if I should keep it short. Actually, no. I don't think I want to do that, in case someone really needs to hear the whole story. So, let's hear everything.
I am here because Fahi promised to change Nuri back into a fairy if I helped him with a little riddle. No one said anything about ensouled magic staves, flying fortresses, and strange dreams.
Life is full of surprises, isn't it?
Ha!
You laugh, but I wouldn't have believed that one day someone would rescue me from my dungeon, that I was to climb mountains without legs and wrestle without arms with demons. I would have laughed if someone had told me a princess will appear to you and, despite your strange form, show you the greatest wonders of the world. Oh, how I would have laughed!
Okay, but that doesn't explain why we're here.
You know that Sadia and I were separated. Our golden time together came to an end when I finally found a way to leave the Gorian desert. Centuries had passed. I wanted to know if Sadia had done it, if she had become the great heroine she always wanted to be. I wanted to hear how her name was whispered in the streets in awe. Sadia al-Kabir, Sadia the Great, the heroine who once... But no one had ever heard of her. So I continued and expanded my search. I wanted to know what happened to her after our separation. I followed her trail back to Draconia. I found the Adept's journal and the Djinn of Times' mask. But Sadia's real fate remained a mystery to me. Finally, I met Fahi and asked him to bring me here. A man named Ulrich had taken her ruby from Draconia and brought it to Undergast. He sought the mask in order to bring back his deceased wife, but he found only the gemstone.
Is all this really important?
Yes, it is.
Why did you need the ruby? Why the mask? Why all of this?
I wanted to bring together all the relics surrounding Sadia's disappearance and finally understand what happened to her. At least I would know what happened to her. She deserved that. There was only one problem. I'm terrible at riddles. That's why I needed experts to help me. Who could understand every detail, who could be prepared for today.
Prepared? To do what?
To be able to tell Sadja's tale to the end without making a mistake.
Does it matter how she died? She's dead. We can't change that.
You're wrong. You will determine what happened to her.
I don't understand.
The Garden of Oblivion, Garon. I read the journal to the end. After her return, Sadja went into the Garden of Oblivion and never came out again. Nothing that happens in the garden has actually happened until someone talks about it. Outside the garden.
And since Sadja has been forgotten since that day, her fate has never been told, and thus never completed.
Oh. Oh, that's how we're doing this. Okay. Well, this hole in the ground kind of does look like the Garden of Oblivion. Well, I think I see, but I want to click this even so.
I never did understand the garden.
Garon, the events in the garden have no effect on the outside world, as though they never happened. Only once someone convincingly tells of those events do they become true.
But if it turns out that they lied, or were mistaken,
Then Satanav's invisible hand punishes them for their sacrilege.
that's why we mustn't make a mistake. I think I've explained enough about our wondrous meeting.
Are you ready, Garon?
Just a moment.
Really now? Yep, okay, let's step through all of these before going ahead by clicking here.
At the waterfall, you promised to change Nuri back to her old form.
And I will, but first, we must complete Sadja's story.
What about the inscription on the burial chamber?
You mean the stone in the scarab? Fahi believes that the inscription is the key to everything. But as apt as his intuition may be, in this case he's mistaken. The riddle is apparently only a strange jotting on the margins, a random blemish on an otherwise monumental painting. There's nothing else to say about it. Sadja was taken to the burial chamber to read trivial inscriptions, and as proud as she was, she refused, that's all.
I'm not sure I buy that explanation, to be quite honest. But it's not like we're going to get the answer. Well, get an answer to my question. To that question from me, the real person?
What's Fahi's role in all this?
Fahi is a man of many talents. He has a feeling for tales, and he's good at solving riddles. In addition, he had a wagon and a tent in which I could hide on my long journey. He is helping me solve the riddle, and in return, I protect his business from looters. That is our agreement.
So he's actually harmless.
Fahi is the most harmless man I've ever met in my 3,000 years. I was sorry to petrify him, but it was the only way to save him from your fellow citizens.
Fair point, I suppose.
Why are you here, Brider? Sadja's story doesn't have anything to do with you.
Garon,
Are you?
there's nothing left for me here. I'm a deserter. My own comrades are hunting me. This is my only refuge. Please, even if you still don't understand, let me bring it to an end.
I'm sure everything will be fine again.
The world will never be as fine as it once was.
That came, like... Well, that came completely out of left field, didn't it? Well, you know, in terms of drama, I feel she just set herself up to die here. That's... I don't approve of this turn. Could be that they, the studio had planned the ending out before they made the rest of the game, and stuff happened on the way, and now this place is just weird. but it. I mean, this game has a strange tone to it. I mean, obviously it's sort of geared toward a younger audience, but the drama is just. I mean, it's not in your face, is it? It's very subdued.
What if one of us ends Sajya's story and is wrong?
If Satinav learns that the tale we tell can't possibly be true, then he'll make it unhappen and declare the teller guilty of sacrilege.
Don't worry, Garon. We won't make a mistake. I've thought everything through very carefully.
All right.
Then put the mask on the bust of my old master and let us begin.
Okay, only one thing to put the mask on here. That's the bust.
It's a replica of the bust from the burial chamber.
Better than the original, isn't it?
And, well, let's, not get anatomical here, shall we? Busts are a legitimate thing.
Thank you, Garon. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be contrarian for one last time before the end of the game.
Bryder, let's go. Let him do this without us. Challenging Satinav is too dangerous.
I understand your fear. But unlike you, I have nothing left to lose.
Bryder.
Staff, or whatever your name is, let me complete the story.
Very well. I'll now tell you of Sajya's passage into the garden. As it is written in the Adept's journal, listen closely. At the end, you must tell me how the story ends. After her return from the battlefield, Sajya was only a shadow of herself. She had seen the horrors of the Nether Hells, an ocean of destruction and death. She was the only survivor, but the rest of the world did not care. Sajya's great dream had failed. She wandered the halls of Draconia like a ghost. She didn't eat, and she only slept when exhaustion forced her to. On the fourth day, a young adept saw her at the threshold to the portal. He asked her where she was going. It was cold in the mountains, and she could become lost, whereupon she answered,
I'm going to the garden to break my being.
The boy immediately ran to the air adept, but help arrived too late. When they entered the garden, all that they found was the mask and Sajya's ruby next to it. There was no sign of her. Out of fear of challenging Satinav, it was decided that they would forget the incident. No one was allowed to speculate about what had happened on that day. The mask and the ruby were taken to Draconia. The garden was sealed, and Sajya's fate was forgotten. Until today. Are you sure you don't want to finish the tale, Garon?
Wow. Wow. Do I really have that choice? Well, I have misgivings about the second options. I thought I could, you know, get away with it, but... Okay, let's see this through to the end.
All right. I'll do it. Sadya entered the garden. She thought briefly and looked around. She sat on the ground. Then she hesitated for a moment and wondered if she was really doing the right thing. She looked into the mask and...
She read the magic spell, memorized it, put on the mask, and destroyed her memory.
Why did you interrupt me?
I was afraid you would say the wrong thing. Then she disappeared into the depths of the garden like a soulless waif, and was never seen again.
It is done. I had always hoped it would be otherwise. But I was mistaken.
Are you crying?
Of course I'm crying. My princess just died.
Oh, well, I guess that's it then. That was the end just now, wasn't it?
Yes.
No. Since Sadia used the mask, her memories are now in the mask, and thus the true name of the Djinn of Time.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh. Oh, snap.
Gadan feskadan es plastiquatan, umrilor gras ferel goran. Il bemotir kerul falan, juntir katan filontir sodan. Ijetime ta for
I've been awakened.
The Djinn of Time.
Tell me, child, what is your wish?
I'm sorry, Garon, but there's nothing left for me in this time. As if there had ever been anything for me here. There are no heroic princesses, no ancient tombs, no flying fortresses. Only endless honor guards, latrine duty, one triviality after another. When was the Golden Age lost? When princesses still dreamed of battles and the world was filled with magic. I wish it was all as it used to be.
Your wish is my command.
Bryda.
The girl is now gone. Her longing now rules over her existence. It is my task to fulfill that longing. To extinguish the great present and bring the past to life again.
I was just about to declare Bryda the real villain of the game, but holy smokes. What is going on?
Oh no. The forest is starting to change. What did she do?
Garon, come quickly.
Yes? Please?
Garon, I've been thinking.
That's nice, but it won't help us any. Bryda told Sadia's story to the end. She had Sadia put on the mask and draw out all her memories in the Garden of Oblivion, so that everything has now happened exactly like that. And she read out Sadia's memories with the ruby. I mean, Bryda did that. And now she's possessed by the Djinn of Time. And
Calm yourself, Garon.
I'm supposed to calm down? We have to do something!
You're right, and we can only do something if we prove that Bryda was wrong, that Sadia did not put on the mask. You forget that there's still a part of the riddle we have not solved.
The scarab? As if a pointless riddle could save us all.
Do you have a better idea? Look around. We're in a copy of the burial chamber. Perhaps you'll find the crucial clue somewhere. Bring it to me, and perhaps we can solve the riddle once and for all.
Oh, you are not serious with this. Okay. Okay.
First, I have to save the present. Then I'll take care of them. That's too sturdy. No, I'll leave it like that. Is that the inscription from Fahi's dreams? How can a single insignificant riddle be that important? As the stone over the scarab, so rules the scarab over the stone. I still don't understand.
Who would be the scarab?
So this is where the staff took them. The trees have shaped themselves into stone, and the stone into an archway. This reminds me of the burial chamber Fahi once mentioned. All I can hear is the crackle of the fire. A brook. Its source must be in the mountains north of here. They're too far away, but that's where I once vanquished the seer. It feels like centuries have passed since then.
Search the burial chamber and show me any clues you find. Perhaps then we'll know what has to be done.
Okay, this part was definitely not in the walkthrough. Oh hey, Ruby, gimme. Is there anything? I don't want to touch the tomb, but I will save the game, click it, and see what happens. And yeah, this episode is going to be pretty long, but I really don't want to interrupt the events here.
Not yet. The Djinn of Time would immediately tear me to pieces.
Which would suck, I know. Okay, we have the ruby.
Search the burial chamber. Perhaps then.
Okay, show you the ruby.
All I found was the ruby.
Give it to me. Giacomo Nauta told me you were an amateur mage. Is that true?
Yeah, I can break things.
Well, I can also do a bit of magic. If I hold something in my hand, I can catch a glimpse of its past. That was the main reason the staff chose me as his companion, you see. Now, let's see what story this stone tells.
I see.
Curious. When the ruby was found after Sadia's disappearance in the garden, it had a crack. And the reversal spell the Ore Adept had woven into it had vanished utterly. The mages had to reapply it completely. But there's more. I see a palace garden, and in it, 2 children.
This is a brooch from Mangvilla. My father gave it to me. Oh, can I see? There. And here, a ruby from the dwarf tunnels in the brazen sword. It's so beautiful. When I'm Caliph, I'll have all the treasures in Avestan gathered in my palace. Fazar will be more radiant than in times of the great Moguls. My subjects will lie at my feet for all eternity.
You'll be a good ruler, Cassim. All the history books will tell of you.
Ha! Do you see the sign on my arm? It's the calligraphy of my sovereignty, the sign of my dynasty. The whole world will bow before this symbol. There are great times ahead of us, Sadia. Truly great times.
I see a prince and a princess playing together. He's trying to impress her. What could this mean?
I'm guessing this is the part where it doesn't really matter what you pick.
So Sadia and the prince really were siblings?
Wait. There's more. Something's happening. A palace guard arrives.
Let me go! You're so pathetic. Isn't that how you like to be treated? Like the
Hey.
dog that you are.
At least I have my own teeth.
You please me, Sadia, more than I had hoped.
Well, that's
The
sinister.
prince is tormenting the princess. The guard holds her tight. She's at his mercy. But why?
Oh, so she's some kind of thief.
Maybe she committed a crime.
They finally let her go. She remains alone in the courtyard.
Really? What are you doing? Are you tattooing yourself?
I'm writing my own dynasty.
Do you even know what the word means? Dynasty? You can't simply write greatness into your blood. You're either born with it or not.
I'll prove it to you.
Do you think you could ever be greater than I? You're amusing. Guards! Throw her back into the gutter where you found her. I'm done having my fun with her. Then fetch me a new girl.
Oh, ick.
Sadia wasn't a princess at all. She was only a poor girl from the streets.
So what?
I don't know, but...
What's so funny?
Don't you understand? The solution to the riddle. Sadia's words outside the burial chamber. It was so obvious all along.
So would Saja be the scarab? I can't really say that I get it, but I'm going to click on I get it and hope for an explanation either way.
Oh, we were fooling ourselves. Now, go into the burial chamber and tell it to the Jinn. Then everything will be all right again.
Okay, let's end the game for real this time. Oh, just look. Wow, this is going to take forever and a fucking day to transcode. Oh well, here we go.
Ryder, or whoever you are, come out.
Why do you obstruct her wish? She's unhappy. She wishes to be back in a time where everything was still good. You, of all people, should understand that. But it no longer matters what you think. The ritual is almost complete. A new ancient kingdom will grow from the oak wood.
Not if I can prove that Bryda was wrong. And she was indeed wrong.
Satya went into the garden, she took the mask, and she spoke the incantation. So did it happen, and so shall it remain.
It will. Listen, let me start at the beginning. Sadia entered the garden, she sat down and pulled out the mask. She looked into the mask. And spoke your name.
No. If she had awakened me, I would know about it. She didn't want my power. She wanted to destroy herself. That's why she read the incantation. And everything happened as it now is.
Wait, she looked into the mask?
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. That's just part of the course.
And despaired in herself and her inability.
Why should she despair? She had my promise of blessed oblivion. All she had to do was read the incantation.
No.
Oh. Oh, right. Education is not a very common thing in common street rats in medieval society. Of course.
I'm sorry, Bryda, but Sadia wasn't as brilliant as you think. She felt persecuted and restless. She wanted to forget her own past and become someone else. She wasn't a princess, just a poor girl from the streets. And as such, she couldn't even read.
No.
Well,
Forgive me,
crap.
Bryder.
That's that then. The riddle is finally solved. Why such a long face, Charon?
Yes, my friend? What plagues you so?
Nothing. Why are you so happy anyway? Sadia's fate proved to be false. You don't know any more now than you did before.
Very true. Very true. But perhaps not.
Oh, forget it. I'm sick of riddles.
Yes. Leave the dear boy in peace, Hela. Fulfill his wish, and let's move on.
Yes, traveling is nice. I want to go to the sea.
Wait just a moment.
It's up to you, my friend. Do you want me to change her back? But I can only restore her body, not her memories.
Okay, so this is the big choice. She is, well, she has lost most of her memories as a fairy. So this is sort of a grey morality choice. You can change her back to a fairy, but she will remember being a bird. And I honestly have not seen that ending, because the first time I played the game, I went with leaving her as she is. I thought that would be a thing, but yeah, if you leave her as she is, Nuri will be for the rest of her life a raven or a crow or whatever the hell that bird is, which is not how she started her life. But she will be happy as a raven. Well, as happy as a raven's life is. But if we change her back, she would probably be confused. However, I will this time change her back. Here we go. Watch the ending and welcome back for the next project.
I fought so hard for it. I want everything to be the way it was.
So be it.
Oh, she got clothes on
It
and
is
everything.
done.
Nuri? Nuri, can you hear me?
What's going on? Who are you?
My name is Geron. How do you feel?
Strange. I'm cold. What happened?
Come to the fire and rest. Then I'll tell you everything. Who you are, where you come from, and what wonderful adventures the two of us have had.
Adventures?
It all began last autumn. Crows had attacked the royal palace, and King Everden asked me to come up with a way to stop the plague. My search led me to a strange cave near a waterfall.
And thus ends the tale. Did you know that it would come to this? Oh, how can I know what you planned, and what was mere fortune? Until today, I would have sworn that the mask destroyed you. But that can't be. You know that now. Now, just so I don't make a mistake, there are only two possibilities as to what could have happened to you back then. The first, the more likely, has now proven to be false, which leaves only the second. I mustn't make a mistake. Here we go. When Sadia entered the garden, she had the mask with her, but no ruby. Yet, when the mask was found, there was a ruby beside it. Now, it may be that it was Sadia's ruby that was thrown into the garden earlier by the prince. But what if it was another? Oh dear. Oh dear. There's no going back now. Satinav! I say that there was not one, but 2 rubies. The real one was lost. The fake was taken from the garden by the mages and is now here in my hand. Saja couldn't read, but with my mask she could do magic. She could turn plants to stone. She could turn people to stone. What is a ruby, if not just another stone? There. And now to you, my dear. You descended into the deepest tombs, and you climbed the highest mountains. You danced with wind spirits and wrestled with demons. Abandoned by the gods, forgotten by time. Charizard, your time has finally come.
Oh shit, plot twist. Well, I did not remember the game ending like that. Holy shit. I am legitimately surprised. Wow. But yeah, again, I am a little confused. I mean, about the nature of the story. I mean, I just... well, I mean, you frame it as a sort of story for young adults, right? But the feelings that the staff would have to make... I mean, for this little scene at the ending, I just... It doesn't seem like something you would put in such a game. I don't know, I could be overthinking it, and I could of course be mistaken, but... Please tell me your yeah, tell me what your analysis is, and well, your opinions, please. I would be very interested in you know, hearing anyone else speak about, well, about my Let's Plays, to be frank, but I want to be enlightened about this. Yeah, as I said, the game is graphically not as impressive as the prequel, although it is still pretty. The animations are much smoother. Of course, the music is perhaps not as impressive as the previous game either, but yeah, I like it. I mean, it's good enough for me. I've certainly heard worse. Well, and besides that, I don't really have anything else to say. In terms of hidden gems, I would say that Chains of Satinav is well, more appealing to me. But I'd say that this game is well, Memoria is more fun to play. Oh, why is LucasArts being thanked? Oh, Hayao Miya's. What the hell's going on here? Oh, Sierra? Wow. They are really thorough about their special thanks. Okay. So I'm going to try to predict the future kind of thing here. I am currently waiting for a mod chip for the Sega Saturn to arrive in the mail. To my knowledge, it hasn't actually been shipped from the retailer yet, but my order status has been changed to awaiting shipment, so you know, here's hoping. And what I want to say with that is that if everything pans out, my next project could very well be Shining Force 3, the fan translation of all 3 scenarios for the Sega Saturn, played on the original hardware, the Sega Saturn, using a mod chip, an RGB SCART cable, and a SCART to HDMI upscaler converter noise reducer filter thingamabob. Holy shit on a stick. I would love that. Otherwise, the journey down chapter 3 looks to be winding down development. A few days ago as I'm recording this, which is August 27th, I saw one of the developers tweet about putting voice messages into the game. So that should be very close to the end of the development process, and they were in fact aiming for a September 2016 release, which by the time you're seeing this probably has come and gone. Could be I actually do those side by side, but that is mostly quite unlikely because, well, I have a university going on as well. In fact, just 2 days after recording this will be the start of the new semester, so I will need to start reading and, be prepared for the lectures and all that good stuff. But yeah, I feel that this was a hell of an ending to the game. I mean, it feels weighty somehow, like well, not quite like finishing Xenosaga, of course, but yeah, I feel like I've been like I've been through the ringer, basically. Not that it's been such a big intellectual exercise, following a walkthrough and all, but oh, okay, maybe I should just wrap this up. I just noticed that the timer is at 52 fucking minutes. Okay. Goodbye. See you in the next project. Be happy, be merry, don't drink too much of anything, especially not tea or anything with percentage in it. And, yeah, play good games until we meet again.